Iran and the United States have one of the most complicated rivalries in modern politics, and it did not start overnight. For many young people watching the headlines today, it can feel like these two countries have always been enemies. But the story goes back decades. In the mid-20th century, the U.S. has strong influence in Iran, especially during the rule of the Shah, who was backed by Washington. Then, in 1979, Iran's Islamic Revolution changed everything. The Shah was overthrown, a new government came to power, and the U.S. embassy in Tehran was seized, with American diplomats held hostage for more than a year. That moment became a deep wound for the United States, while many Iranians saw it as a rejection of foreign control. Since then, distrust has shaped almost every interaction between the two countries. The U.S. has accused Iran of supporting armed groups across the Middle East, including in Lebanon, Iraq, Syria, Yemen, and Gaza. Iran, on the other hand, says the U.S. is trying to dominate the region through military bases, alliances, and sanctions. One of the biggest flashpoints has been Iran's nuclear program. Washington and its allies worry that Iran could develop nuclear weapons, while Tehran insists its program is for peaceful energy and scientific purposes. In 2015, Iran and world powers reached a nuclear deal that limited Iran's nuclear activities in exchange for sanctions relief. But in 2018, the U.S. withdrew from the deal, and tensions quickly rose again. The rivalry is not just about governments giving speeches. It affects real people. Sanctions have made life harder for ordinary Iranians by increasing prices, limiting access to some goods, and making the economy unstable. At the same time, people across the region live with the fear that one mistake, one drone strike, one attack on a ship, or one misread signal could trigger a larger war. Social media makes every crisis feel instant, with clips, rumors, and dramatic headlines spreading before the full facts are known. For a young audience, the key is to understand that international conflict is rarely simple. It is not just good guys versus bad guys. It is history, power, fear, pride, resources, security, and politics all colliding at once. Today, Iran-US tension remains dangerous because both sides are under pressure to look strong. The United States wants to protect its allies and maintain influence in the Middle East. Iran wants security, regional power, and respect for its sovereignty. Neither side fully trusts the other, and that makes diplomacy difficult. Still, direct war would be devastating, not only for Iran and the US, but for the entire region and the global economy. The most important thing to watch is whether leaders choose escalation or communication. Behind every headline are millions of young people who want normal lives, jobs, freedom, safety, and a future that is not defined by conflict. The tension is real, but so is the need for a smarter way forward.